What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Enigmatica 2 Expert. Oh yeah, guys. So today we are going to continue on with our RF tools. Last episode we did get the dimension builder set up. Well, we crafted it, but we weren't able to do anything with it. Previous to that, we did make a dimension inscriber a while ago. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at what we can do in the RF tools tab. So it wants us to craft a few other things to complete it. The next thing to do the dimension stuff would be the Dimlit workbench. We're going to need this in order to create our own custom Dimlits, I guess is what it's called. And then we're going to need a dimension editor. Well, we don't actually need that, but if we want to modify a dimension, add Dimlits, remove them, then you need the dimension editor. Otherwise, you just have to create a brand new one. And then the phased field generator is a thing that you absolutely want to have when dealing with RF Tools worlds. If your RF Tools world becomes unpowered for whatever reason, you can't support the power, or you forget to charge it, or whatever, this will allow you to survive in that world. Without the phased field generator, yeah, if you enter an unpowered world, you immediately die. Doesn't matter what kind of armor you have. Actually, maybe the Avaridia armor might save you from that, but aside from that, it will just instantly kill you. You don't want that to happen. So pretty much when dealing with those, you definitely want that phased field generator. So let's start off here with the Dimlit workbench. This says the workbench lets you disassemble Dimlits and craft your own custom ones. Every Dimlit is made out of 6 parts: a base control circuit of the same rarity as a Dimlit from 0 to 6, energy module, memory module, type controller, and then a specific essence block or item. So that means that you can create a world out of like diamonds if you wanted to, or create a world out of UU matter. That's pretty much what it's talking about here, the essence block or the item. So we want to go ahead and craft this guy. So a Dimlit workbench. Couldn't imagine this will be really expensive. Okay, workbench, crafter tier 3s, those are rather inexpensive. The workbench, that's inexpensive. The Dimlit base part. Now, do we have that, or is that something we can craft? We have the Dimlit parcels. I assume we get the base parts out of those parcels. Yeah, so these things are fun little happy toys. You can shift right click on them, and you get the experience sound. And yay, now we're getting things flying everywhere. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there is a full stack of those things. There's our Dimlit base parts, and then we get a whole bunch of different things. Ooh, is that a tier 3 energy module? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's put these all into applied energistics now that we have done all of that. Okay, so now we can see we got a bunch of stuff. Now, these Dimlit parcels, you get these rarely from killing Endermen. Yeah, so that's how many we've collected over the entire series. Not a whole lot, to be completely honest. So yeah, if we wanted to craft this, the only thing we have currently is the Dimlit base part. So we need 4 double compressed crafting tables. We can tell the system work on that. That might take a minute for that to happen. Crafter tier 3s. Go ahead and tell it to craft those up. A workbench, and then a resonant cell frame. We have that on auto craft. Energy cell. Don't we have the cell frame full on auto craft? Maybe we don't. Maybe I never did set that up. Yeah, because that requires us to use the packager and unpackager. I guess we never... What is this one? That's for the angel set. Yeah, I guess we never hooked that up for the resonant cell frame full. So it might be worth doing that. Oop, lag spike. Okay. So getting back to this. Oops, not in here, not in here. We have a good portion of this stuff done. So we need the workbench. We need a chest, and then we need a crafting table. 1 chest, and then 1 crafting table. Cool. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to craft. I want to craft this one. All right, so now we should have everything except for that resonant cell frame full. But that requires the empty one, and then we got to do the stuff. So I think what I'm going to do, let's just craft this up. That's probably going to take a minute to craft. I'll just go ahead and manually craft up resonant cell frame full. We'll look at automating that later. But yeah, let me go ahead and get that cooked up. We'll make our Dimlit workbench, and then we'll continue on. All right, so now the resonant cell frame full is complete. We have everything to make our Dimlit workbench. Oh yeah. So now that we have that, we should get another quest complete. Very good. All right, let's take the bottom loot chest, pop it. We get ourselves mending moss. Okay. Next quest in this line wanted us to make the dimension editor. Dimension editor. This guy requires some draconic cores and another resonant cell frame full. Great. Okay. Well, obviously we don't have the resonant cell frame full. I will tell it to autocraft up this guy. The one thing about that resonant cell frame full, these are all the different items to craft it. We needed this pulsating mesh, and that only gets from the pulsating propolis. We do have some in the system, but I don't remember. Did we ever set up like some kind of an automated thing in the end to collect this? Did we ever get the end bees going? Let's look at drone. Yeah, so we need these ender drones, and then we also need the well, I guess just ender princess. Yeah, we have these guys. Yeah, I don't think we ever did anything about collecting those. I think every time that we got the propolis, I just went out into the end, found the hives, and just broke the hives. I think we made that the scooper reader MX200 turbo. Yeah, we made this to break the hives. I wonder if you put fortune on that, if you get a chance at more combs from breaking the hives. I don't know if I've ever tested that before. But anyway, yeah, we can't, like, we don't have a way to, like, completely automate this process until we get that going. So I'm not sure I want to automate this. But anyway, I'll go ahead and just craft up another one of those guys off camera here. We do need the draconic cores. These guys, 2 of them. Looks like we got everything good to go on that. We need 2 machine frame. Oh, we already have the machine frames. We need the machine base. We have those on autocraft, and we needed 4 of them. Easy, easy. Okay, so do we have everything? Okay, we have everything except for this guy, BRB. And once again, we have our dimension editor. Well, I guess we have everything complete for our dimension editor. So let's go ahead and craft that one, and quest complete. Thank you. Always like saying quest complete and then it goes. That makes me feel better about it. Anyway, middle loot chest, claim it, pop it, and anti-block. Ooh, have we gotten anti-blocks yet? I don't think we've gotten anti-blocks yet. These are cool if you haven't seen them. I didn't even know these were in the pack. But the anti-blocks, they emit no light, but even in the dark, they are the same color. Like they look like they're fully illuminated, but they don't emit any light. They're completely dark. But you can put them together, and these lime ones are really cool because what you can do with them is you can green screen yourself. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. Just kind of get yourself flying a little bit so there's no borders around you, and then it's easy green screen. Oh yeah. Those are really awesome. But yeah, they can be really disorientating if you haven't messed with these before. Like if you put yourself in a box of these things, I don't know if we got enough to do what I want to do here, but if you put yourself in a box of these things and you completely close it off so you can't see the ceiling or whatever, you have no idea which way you're facing. There's just no reference. Well, I guess that's not true. Maybe it used to be different because I don't think there was ever these corners or whatever. But anyway, these things are pretty cool. Don't think we're going to be using them other than just messing around with them for right now. But yeah, there you go. Anti-blocks. That is from the Chisel mod. Okay, so now that we have the dimension editor, we need to make the phased field generator. The phased field generator. This guy requires blocks of dimensional shards. All right, well, that's easy enough to do. So we need 4 of those. And it requires in blast protection 4 and protection 4. Looks like we actually have that. I'm not sure why we have blast protection 4. Must have been on some other book that I disenchanted a while ago. Protection 4, I know we should have had because of putting protection 4 on our armor. All right, so that's cool. That's less things that we have to do. So we need the advanced charged porter, which requires a charged porter. So let's just go ahead and craft one of those, and then that, and then we have this. Okay, cool. So now we need 2 block protectors, which is the shield templates, obsidian, and machine frames. Looks like we don't have the shield templates, and you get 8 of those per craft. So that should be all that we need, I do believe. So there's 1 and there's 2. And there we go. Awesome. Phased field generator. And this should charge up with RF. Yeah, there we go. Now it's charging up. This RF charged module gives you a temporary protection while visiting an unpowered dimension. Use at your own risk and don't let the power run out. Yeah. Since we have wireless charging, I think we're going to be pretty okay as long as we keep that on our hotbar, since we're not charging our inventory. Just something that we need to pay attention to, but we could turn it on for inventory charging. I had that turned off a while ago because when I was collecting armor from our mob farm or whatever, we'd get random pieces partially charged and then they wouldn't stack in our applied energistics, and that was getting annoying. So yeah, I had it so our inventory doesn't charge, but we can always turn that back on. Now, I don't think you can use this as a bauble. It'd be nice if this was able to be used as a bauble, but it's not, unfortunately. I guess we could throw it in our offhand or something if you need the extra space. But anyway, now that we have that, that's pretty cool. Did we get a quest complete for this guy? Did we already get the quest complete? Is it not going to quest complete because it charged up before? Well, you know what? I'm not sure. Well, we did it. It's just not quest completing. Oh, well, whatever. I will manually complete that quest. So unless there's another, did I miss something else here? Detect submit? No, it's just not registering. Okay, anyway, modular storage. Let's go ahead and knock out the rest of these quests real quick. Just kind of complete this. Actually, let's do this one. We already did the builder quarry, but we didn't get credit for that. Let's do the shape card void. Shape card void. And that requires a shape card, which is, do we have brick on autocraft? We do, just need 2 of those. Cool. So there's our shape card, and then we'll turn it to a shape card void. Quest complete. There it is. All right, top loot chest, claim it. And of course, pop it. Status upgrade 2 shows the fill level. Yep. That's kind of cool. I don't think we're ever going to be using that for the storage drawers. That doesn't really ever matter to us. That can go away. And then we also did get credit for the builder quarry. Cool. So bottom loot chest, claim it, pop it, and factory blocks, just more chisel building blocks. All right. What else do we have here? Yeah, let's do the modular storage. Modular storage. Now, this is kind of like an earlier game applied energistics before you get it kind of a thing. We have no use for it, but there is a quest, so let's go ahead and do that. So there is the modular storage, and then we needed the tier 3 storage module. Tier 3 storage module requires a tier 2, which requires a tier 1, and I think we'll be able to do that pretty quickly here. So there's... Oh, wait, what are we missing? Oh, we're missing chests or shulker boxes because it says we need shulker boxes, but just chests should work. All right, let's do that. So there's a tier 1 and then a tier 2 and finally a tier 3. What are we missing? We're missing gold blocks. Let's make 1,000 gold. Cool. Now we have the gold blocks and there we go. There's a tier 3. Quest complete. Very good. Middle loot chest and pop it. Factory block cables. More chisel blocks. All right. You know what? I need to put that back over here. When I was doing this crafting the last time, I decided that I was going to put, what was it? The resonant cell frame into here. Then I was going to dump all the other items into this chest so it automatically put them onto the pedestals for me. And I accidentally broke this cable. And I think that does require us to have this, which should be a blacklist. Yeah, okay. Making sure I put that back there before our auto crafting thing breaks on us. And yeah, that's the facade from that as well. Okay, so now that we have that stuff done, screen, button, and elevator, let's knock those out. Screen. The screen is inexpensive. We need the machine base though. Should just craft up a few extras of those. Okay, so the screen, and then A screen controller. Oh, I wasn't on the wireless thing. I was like, why can I not craft that? Okay, so there's a screen controller. Before screens can work, they need to get power from this controller. Even a screen that has only modules that require no power will need to have a controller. One controller can power many screens as long as they are within range. And the screen says it's a modular screen. As such, it doesn't show anything. You must insert modules to control what it can see. The screen cannot be directly powered and has to be remotely powered by a nearby screen controller. Now, we've used these in the past, I think for like an elevator or something, where you press a button and then it made an elevator go down and back up or something. Like, you can do some pretty cool things with these screens. I guess we can see the different modules here. Inventory plus, energy screen, fluid screen. So yeah, you can kind of see like levels of things, I suppose. Like, there's some pretty neat things, but I really don't think we have much use for it. So let's just get our quest complete for that. And top blue chest, claim it, pop it. Iron candles, all right. Next, we get our button module. Button screen module actually is what it's called. So we need to be on our wireless crafting terminal and then do that. What are we missing? A button. Let's craft up 10 of them. Okay, so there is a button module. And I do believe that has to be installed in the screen for you to actually press the button on the screen. Pretty sure. Sneak right click on a redstone receiver to create a channel for this module. Also set the receiver. You can use this on a transmitter. Already set a receiver, copy the channel to the button. Or maybe, yeah, that is for a screen. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't think we're doing much with the screens. Top blue chest, we'll just claim it. And Arctic fur. Cool. Next one, the elevator button screen module. Yeah, I think this is what I've used as screens before in the past to control elevators. I think that's probably like their best use. Anyway, so elevator. So machine frame, redstone torch, redstone, all pretty easy stuff. Redstone torch, craft up like 10 of those. Okay, so there's our elevator, and then we need the elevator button. Cool, I'm glad I crafted up the extra buttons, and that should complete another quest for us. Very good, knocking them all out. Bottom loot chest, and chicken curry. Oh yeah. Cool. So those are done. So now we have a power cell and an environmental controller. Now this thing might actually be kind of expensive. Environmental controllers are pretty cool. You can set them up. They're kind of like beacon effects. You can put saturation around so you don't have to eat. We don't have to worry about that, but just saying as like one case for them. Anyway, power cell. Let's do this. That looks rather inexpensive. This block can store power 10 million RF, optionally in a big multi-dimensional structure. Infusing bonus, reduce long distance power extraction cost and increase RF per tick output. Okay, so that's all we need to do, right? Is just make that. Oh, you know what? I didn't even look at the quest, did I? Power cell, and we need the power cell card. Power cell card. And that is inexpensive. Unlinked. Use to connect a power cell multi-block. Yeah, we don't have to worry about wireless power. This is stuff that we've already figured out using the Flux networks. So that is RFTOOLS version of wireless power. Middle loot chest, pop it. We get our Flux crystal block. That's actually kind of useful. We will just go and throw those in here for when we need to make our next Flux singularity. So moving on, we can do environmental controller. Whoops, what? I'm not searching there. Environmental controller. This, yeah, look at all these things you can do. So you can do regeneration, speed, haste, saturation, feather falling, flight. Oh, that's right. You can have creative flight with the environmental controller when you're within range. Peaceful. I guess that prevents mob spawning. That's kind of cool. Water breathing, night vision, blindness, weakness, poison, slowness, glowing, luck. Okay, and then no teleportation. So that would work well for like a mob farm if you didn't have the ender tether, for instance. That's kind of cool. I actually don't think I knew about this one. Yeah, so mob enderman, use extract essence from mobs. Right. Anyway, let's go ahead and make ourselves the environmental controller. Do we have to? That's all we had to do. Okay, very good. So that should be the last quest for the RFTOOLS section. Green balloons! Yes! Balloons! Green balloons. I think they pop after a while. Or maybe they only pop when they go up too high, but... yeah, you can. Yay, balloons! Hey, I'm popping you. I think you can pick these up too with carry-on. And then we can let them go. Be free, balloon. Oh, wait. Click on the ground. Be free, balloon! Yay, balloon! Let's go and release the rest of these. Anyway, so those will just they pop when they reach build limit, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, so yeah, the RFTOOLS section is completed except for this guy. I will just go ahead and do the edit mode, fix that, and then we can be completely done with the RFTOOLS section, which is fantastic. The next thing that we need to do, though, I wanted to take a look at the dimension builder and the dimension scriber, and then the Dimlit workbench, obviously. We should go ahead and infuse these machines, so it'll cost less RF to keep them, well, I guess to make the dimension and keep them powered, things along those lines. So we need RFTOOLS infusing machine infuser, that's what it's called. Do we already have one of these? I'm actually not sure. Machine infuser, we do. Okay, so we already have a machine infuser. You can infuse a machine infuser, but you need a second machine infuser. Are these expensive? They aren't really. We should just go ahead and do that. Not that power really matters a lot to us, but just so we can infuse all the things, right? All right, so let's find a home for this, just somewhere where it can infuse. Okay, so we got power, very good. So to infuse these, you just place a block in, and then you need 4 stacks of the dimensional shards. What is this thing doing? It's just making noise for no reason. All right, so there we go. We are infusing. We can speed this up by the time in a bottle, and it speeds up, I believe, when it's fully infused. Yeah, that's much better. Okay, so now we can get rid of this one, and we can just use our infused one. So yeah, that uses less power to infuse, and I think it goes faster. I'm not entirely sure, though. But we got plenty of these dimensional shards to infuse all the things. Okay, so the dimension scriber doesn't infuse. This one does. Very good. And then our Dimlit workbench. I don't know if that infuses. Looks like it does. Yeah, it goes a little bit faster by default because it's infused, but nothing compares to using the time in a bottle on it. All right. Machine infuser. Infuse. Man, we got so many things to infuse. I need so many of these dimensional shards in my inventory. All right, so infuse this thing. There we go. That's fully infused. Modular storage dimension editor. Yeah, we need that infused. Cool. And we're not really going to be using the elevator, and we don't have to worry about this other machine infuser. So that's pretty much the only things that we need to do. So these are all infused. We're all good to go. The next thing we need to do is look at building a dimension. All right, so over here in what used to be our immersive engineering area, yeah, I put our dimension stuff. Yeah, so we have all of our different things, our infuser, our inscriber, the dimension builder. This is the most important thing. A Dimlit workbench and a dimension editor. So the dimension builder, in my experience in the past, needs to be powered from multiple sides, especially when you start getting into like the really crazy style dimensions. So we have cryo-stabilized flux duct, flux duct, wow. On the bottom, on the back, and on the top, and behind this, right there is where a flux point is. So this thing should be set to no limit, so as much power as it can send through all of this stuff, and it'll be powering the dimension builder from 3 different sides. And if we really need it, we can wrap this around and get it from the front or we can use one of those energy phantom faces and like power from more sides. But anyway, this should get us going for now. And then we can just use these covers here to like hide all of this stuff so we don't have to see it. And that looks a lot more clean, right? All right, so now we can put those away. So dimension builder, yeah, we need to start getting ourselves a dimension to build. So let's make ourselves one of these things. That's an empty dimension tab. We have this on AutoCraft. This is used in something else. I don't know, but oh, we need Invar. Invar, let's craft up. How about 300 of it? And there we go. Dimension tab. All right, so make one of these guys. And that should be fairly quick to craft, I do believe. It has to make the black iron. I don't remember how long that takes. Maybe that is made in the same thing as making the Invar, so that's going to make it take a little bit longer. But anyway, we're done. All right, so the empty dimension tab goes in the dimension inscriber. Now in here, you can put in Dimlits for what you want to inscribe the dimension as. So like if you want to make spheres of diamonds, you need to put in the spheres thing, the spheres modifier, and then the diamond modifier, right? And you can do that in the Dimlit workbench. So the Dimlit workbench shows you every single Dimlit that you can craft. If you want to make the UU matter one like we've been talking about, you click this, it shows you all the things that you need. And if you double click it and you have the Dimlits in here, they'll bring you down to this spot and show you the ones that you're missing. So in our case, we're missing the fluid thingy. RFTOOLS, fluid. I can't remember the name of that thing. What is that thing called? It's like a sponge absorber. This thing, liquid absorber. So we have to fill a liquid absorber full of liquid of UU matter type in order to make a UU matter dimension. That's if we wanted to do that. So we can put these guys back. I tried to sort these out in some kind of a logical way so we know what's what. So we have all the control circuits at the top. We have our energy modules here, our memory modules, and then all the different controller types plus the base part here. So yeah, everything should go into here except for the absorption thing, and then that we'll have in our inventory. But anyway, you guys understand what's going on. So if we wanted to make spheres, I think, or are they called orbs? Yeah, huge orbs, liquid orbs, all these things. Yeah, it shows that we need these different things, and most of them do require the feature absorber. So we would need to make a dimension that has the feature we want, put that feature absorber on it, and then I think you give it a redstone signal and then it absorbs it over time. Probably time in a bottle speeds it up. Yeah, anyway, so pretty much what we want to do, let's just go ahead. We don't have any Dimlits at all. We just have parts to make Dimlits, and almost every single Dimlit part requires us to have an absorber of some description. So yeah, let's go ahead and make ourselves a random dimension. Just check it out. We'll just call this random store. Got nothing in there. It's probably going to be a pretty terrible place, but we'll check it out. So we just threw it into our dimension builder, and it costs 20 RF per tick to keep it running. It holds 40 million RF, so we can literally take this out of here and not really worry about keeping this thing powered, and it'll stay powered for days. Anyway, we'll just leave it in here just for sanity's sake. But in order for us to get to this dimension, we do need the teleporters. So we need the matter transmitter. We need the matter receiver. We need, I guess, the dialing device. Forgot about that. So dialing device. I think these can be infused, so we should infuse those. And then we have our warp to get back. So pretty much we just need to use the matter transmitter to get there, and then we can set a waypoint and then never worry about using these things again. So let's get these things infused. So we need the dimensional shards. All right, so our dialing device we have infused. It's powered. We put the flux duct under there, and I ran the flux duct to the side of these guys. So these are infused and they're all powered. They should be ready to go. I named this one home transmit. This one is home receive, just so we know which one's which. If we name them both home, it'll get confusing. So this one is selected, and we want to set it to random. Is that what we called this? Random? Realize dimension, random ID 3. Random ID 3. Perfect. So we can do dial. So we have a connection. It is ready to go. All we got to do is just stand on there, and it will teleport us. There's also, what's it called? RFTOOLS. I can't remember what it's called. It is something that it can check the dimension to make sure that it's safe to go. Is it one of these things in here? Dimension builder and scriber. It'd probably be closer to the dialing device area. Matter beams. Okay, dialing device destination analyzer. This is what we're looking for. So this thing will make sure that the dimension or wherever you're dialing is good to go if it's not powered. I think it changes the beam to like a red color or something. So it gives you a visualization that, hey, something's wrong. We can go ahead and craft that. That's fine. I don't know if that requires power. Does it require anything? No. Put that there. Next to there. Check. Check the status of the selected receiver. It says everything's okay. We dial. We're good. All right, so let's go check out this random world and see what we got here. All right, so it is nighttime. It looks like it's a random overworld. I'm not seeing anything fancy here. Now, the one thing that we do want to do now that we're in this dimension is we want to look for the random RFTOOLS. Actually, I'm going to put a waypoint here. New. I guess spawn. We want to look for the random RFTOOLS buildings. I want to put a mark here so as we fly away, we kind of know which general direction we've been in. There it is, spawn. Okay. Yeah, so we should see RFTOOL structures around. There'll be just random buildings made out of RFTOOL stuff. I see there is, yeah, one of these. I see there's a lot of these sprites or whatever these are. Fairies around. I don't know if that really matters. But anyway, let's go over here to this building. This is the important thing. So we just pop into one of these. We have a chest here. Man, everything is so dark. So we have a chest here where you can get different Dimlits, different Dimlit parts. So we get material, Dimlit glass, terrain, glass, screen. I don't know what that means. More Dimlit parcels, more controllers, and that. Cool. And then there's 3 more that we get here. So that is chiseled stone, more of the glass, redwood forest edge, a biome, and then cherry wood. So nothing really great out of this particular one. Yeah, so this requires us to fly around, find a lot of these dimensions, and keep doing this over and over. Now, it might be better to make another random dimension, one that's always daytime, maybe one that's oceans, maybe one that's flat. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do. Chaotic terrain. Green sky. Okay. What is that? Time Dimlit normal. Featured Dimlit dense caves. Chiseled stone, and what was this one? Magenta terracotta. So I saw there was one more like right next door. I'm just gonna flip that on, so I don't know, maybe it'll let us know that we've been in there or whatever. I guess we can flip it on instead of putting a torch down so it lights up inside this thing. Dimlit parcel, volcanoes. That's just a liquid thing, nothing fancy. We are running out of space very quickly. Let me just go ahead and dump these into our applied energistics. Okay, and what do we get? We get redwood, taiga hills, mushroom forest, and moon. So we can put a moon in our dimension. Okay, so yeah, this is going to take a while for us to go through and find some Dimlits. Pretty much the most important thing that we want to do is we want to find Dimlits of rarity type 5, because those are the ones like the diamond Dimlit, the diamond material is made out of a 5. If we find a 5, we can disassemble it and then make the ones that we want ourselves. Also, we can make the different features if we find features around that we want. But yeah, I think that is pretty much going to do it for today. I'm going to have some fun flying around this dimension here, trying to find more Dimlits. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.